Okay, good afternoon, everyone. So, yesterday we have seen some of the parts from the chapter number 4 that is related with the CSMA. So, CSMA is nothing but the carrier sends multiple access where there is only one medium which is used to send as well as to receive the data by number of stations or number of nodes we can say. Okay, so it as there are number of nodes, it is the case that the collision is occurring. Okay, so there is one assumption which is that the collision should not occur, or if it is occur, then it should be detected by the nodes, and that is called as the CSMA CD. So CD stands for collision detection. So that this is one type of it is not an any specific procedure or specific algorithm we can say. It is just an assumption that if collision is occurring, then what should be done, or what is expected from the nodes which are there within the network. Okay, so that is the nothing but the CSMA CD that we have seen. So some theory part we have seen. So as I told you, I need to show you one diagram related with the CSMA CD. Okay. So generally CSMA CD, it is happening by using three steps or three stages we can say. Okay. First one is the contention, then transmission or idle. Okay. Contention, transmission or idle. These are the three steps. Remember what is meant by the contention is nothing but it is a state where collision as well as transmission can happen. Okay, contention period means what? Where collision as well as transmission can happen. Collision state. Second is ideal state where nothing is happening. Okay, neither transmission, not collision, nothing. and and the transmission period is nothing but where actual transmission of the frame is carried out. So these are the three steps or three states which are there while transmitting the frame and the collision detection. So the same theory or same procedure is we need to remember that when the frame is ready, then the station checks whether the channel is busy or idle. If it is busy, then what the station is doing. If it is idle, then what station is doing. So everything is same. Now just observe here. Suppose frame one frame has completed its transmission at the time t0. Okay, one frame has completed its transmission at time t0. So whenever frame completes its transmission, the next period starts, which is nothing but the contention period. Contention period is nothing but where collision can occur, because as this first frame completes its transmission, from this t0 time, the frame or this medium remains free. Okay, and that is the peak point where your collision can occur. तर T0 ला ह्या फ्रेमनं काय केलेलं आहे, फ्रेमचं ट्रान्समिशन संपलेलं आहे, राईट. नाव इथंच काय होणार आहे, T0 ला एका फ्रेमचं ट्रान्समिशन संपलं म्हणजे काय असणार आहे, तिथून पुढचा जो टाइम असणार आहे, तिथून काय होणार आहे, दॅट टाइम विल बी अन आयडियल फॉर अदर फ्रेम. Okay, and this is the point where this collision can also occur. Why? Because two or more stations will find this particular t0 time or this particular medium as a free, and that's why it is called as a contention period. Contention period means what? Here collision can occur or transmission of the frame can also occur. Both can be possible. This is called as a contention period. Transmission period means where frame are actually transmitted, and ideal means nothing is happening. So these are the three stages where the collision is occurring. But in the CSMA CD, it is assumed that during the contention period, if only one frame is transmitting or only one frame is interested in communication, the collision is not occurring. ओके. CSMS-CD मध्ये अज्युम काय केलेलं आहे की एकच स्टेशन जर कम्युनिकेशन साठी इंटरेस्टेड असेल तर कंटेन्शन पिरियड मध्ये कोणताही कोलिजन होऊ शकत नाही. that is assumed in case of the CSMA-CD because reason काय आहे कारण की एकच स्टेशन आहे ज्याला कम्युनिकेट करायचंय आणि इथे त्याला एकदा चॅनल फ्री झाल्यानंतर नो अदर चॅनल इज इन रिस्क to acquire the media. So obviously, no collision will occur if any one station wants to communicate and it or it may acquire the your medium, and obviously in the contention period the collision will not occur. Okay, so remember these three frames. If the question is asked on CSMA CD, you need to define all these things along with the this particular diagram. It is nothing shown lot of thing over here. फक्त काय सांगितलेलं की three steps कशा असतात. So transmission period मध्ये काय होतं frame transmit होतं. Contention period मध्ये collision or transmission. Ideal period मध्ये nothing. So once the contention period get over, it means that some station acquires the channel and transmits the frame. It is simple. Okay, so frame is there. Again, when the this frame completes the transmission, for example at time t1, again the contention slots are begin and so on. Okay, so this is nothing but the CSMA CD that we have seen in yesterday's lecture. Okay, now let's start. Next part is the collision free protocols. Okay, collision free protocols. So what is this collision free protocols? Please see what is the need of the collision free protocols. So we have seen that in CSMA CD, if the contention period is there, then it is assumed that no collision is occurred. Okay, so that is assumed. Just now we have seen, but what is stated over here, please listen. So although collision doesn't occur with CSMA CD once station has unambiguously captured the channel, but they can occur during the contention period also if number of stations are there. Okay, more than one stations are there, then here also during the contention period, the collision can occur. That is there. So collision affect the performance and performance of your network, and collision specifically occurs if the cable is so long or distance of the transmission is high and frames are short. This was collision कधी होतं तर केबल खूप सारी लॉंग आहे किंवा डिस्टन्स जास्त आहे ट्रान्समिशनसाठी आणि फ्रेमची साईज शॉर्ट आहे त्याच्यामुळे काय होणार आहे प्रत्येक वेळेस फ्रेम्स चेंज होत राहतील त्यामुळे कंटेन्शन पिरियडची पॉसिबिलिटी जास्त असणार आहे सो दॅट्स वाय कोलिजन इज there are high chances of collision during such situation. So it is required to have such protocols that can avoid collision during the contention period also. जरी वायर लॉंग असेल किंवा फ्रेम शॉर्ट असतील आणि कंटेन्शन पिरियड जास्त असेल दिस वन कंटेन्शन पिरियड जास्त असेल तरी सुद्धा कोलिजन अवॉइड झालं पाहिजे सो फॉर दॅट पर्पज some protocols are designed and that are called as a collision free protocols. Okay, the protocols which avoids the collision during the contention period also, such protocols are called as a collision free protocols. Okay, so there are some protocols, exactly two protocols we have to see which are the collision free protocols. First one is the bitmap protocol and binary countdown protocol. Okay, bitmap protocol and binary countdown protocol. So we will see one by one what is mean by the bitmap protocol. Bitmap protocol means what? Suppose uh, see this diagram. Okay, first what is given 0 to 7, 8 contention slots are there. Contention slots means where collision transmission occur होणार आहे किंवा station wants to send the frame. Okay, station wants to send the data. So that is called as a contention period. So in case of the bitmap protocol, each contention period consists of exactly n slots, means 7, 8, whatever. So it contains some slots. Now suppose if any station wants to send the data or wants to send a frame, it transmits a one bit during its slot. For example, now suppose station number 1 wants to send a data or wants to send a frame. So what it will do, it will transmit one bit during its own slot. You can see here. स्टेशन 1 ला काय करायचं, फ्रेम सेंड करायची. ठीक आहे. मग ज्या स्टेशनला फ्रेम सेंड करायची असेल तो काय करणार आहे, तर वन बीट त्याच्या स्लॉट मध्ये ट्रान्सफर करेल. ठीक आहे. Similarly, suppose station 3 also wants to send the frame. So 3 station number 3 will send 1 in its own slot. Also other stations also. For example, station number 7. Now, in this particular scenario, no other station or any other station is not aware about any other station. So one is not aware about what is happening in the station 0, what is happening in 2, 3, 4, like that. Means each one is separately behaving like I am the owner of this transmission medium and I can send the message or I can send the frame. Okay. Now, regardless of what is happening with its neighbor or any other station, every station, those who want to send the frame, they just pass one bit during its own slot. Now, suppose once it completes all the transmission, this contention period मधले जे काही stations आहेत, suppose every station has completed. Now, suppose 1, 3, and 7, only 3 stations wants to send this frame. Once all these stations completes their transmission, at the end, they begin transmitting in a numerical order. Now you can see. So numerical order wise frame sent होते. So first frame number 1 will get sent, then frame number 3, and then frame number 7. So 3 frames will get sent. Right? So in this way, every communication or every transmission of the frame gets carried out. प्रत्येक transmission असं carried out होते. As every station, whatever available within the network, agrees on who goes next. Is already it is fixed that in a numerical order, every station or the frame of the every station will be sent. So it is already decided. So who will be the next to send the frame? It is already decided. So there will be not be any collision will occur in this case. Right? Yes or no? समजलं? How the stations are transmitting the frames, right? So ज्या स्टेशनला फ्रेम सेंड करायचे तो स्टेशन काय करतो, it just enters or it just transmits one bit in its own slot, like that. Now suppose station 2 has to transmit the frame, but unless and until all stations means आता 3 कडे गेलेलं आहे आणि त्यानं त्याचं ट्रान्समिशन स्टार्ट केलेलं आहे आणि मध्येच जर 2 ला वाटलं की आय वॉन्ट टू सेंड द फ्रेम, बट ॲट दॅट टाइम स्टेशन 2 इज नॉट अलाउड टू सेंड द फ्रेम, right? So it has to wait for its own turn. Then only station 2 can send the frame. And once all the slots or all the stations completes their transmission, the frames are transmitted in a numerical order. Okay, and as there is no one is interfering in any other's station or any other's frame, there is less chances, means there is no collision occur during the transmission of the frame. Okay, so the protocols like this in which the already transmission is decided and actual transmission is already decided, or the way of the transmission is already decided, So such protocols are also called as the reservation protocols because the way of transmission of the frames is already decided. So this bitmap protocol is also called as an reservation protocol. समजलं bitmap protocol? What is this bitmap protocol? Any doubt? Yes or no? समजले का? First, before that, you should understood what is the need of this bitmap protocol, or what is the need of the collision free protocol. Why the collision free protocols are there? Yes, because in CSMACD, what we say, collision is not there in the contention period. But if suppose number of stations are there, then it may possible that during the contention period also the collision can occur. So to avoid this, we need such protocols which can avoid the collision during its contention period also. What is this contention period? Where the medium is free and the bits can be sent or the frames can be sent. So such period is called as a contention period, right? So bitmap protocol, how it works? The station, those who want to send the data or those who want to send the frame, they first transmits one bit in its own slot, right? So once all the station completes their transmission or their wish of transmission, so next is what? The frames are transmitted in a numerical order. Okay, and same thing is followed for all the frames. But in between, no station is allowed to send the frame. If any station wants to send the frame, that station has to wait for its own turn. Then only it can send the frame. Okay, and the protocols whose uh, behavior or whose strategy of sending the frames is already decided, such protocols or bitmap protocol, it is also called as an reservation protocol. Okay, so in the bitmap protocol there is no chance of collision because everyone agrees that who is next. One knows, sorry, station number 3 knows one is going first, station number 7 knows 3 is going first, and so on. So there will not be any type of collision in case of the bitmap protocol. समजले? Any doubt? Yes, any doubt? Yes, समजले का नाही? अनुष्का, अपर्णा, शीतल, अनिकेत.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So bitmap
Yes,
protocol.
ma'am.
Then second protocol that is nothing but the binary countdown protocol. So this is like, this is the protocol. How it works? Let's see. So binary countdown. So there is one problem related with the bitmap protocol. That is nothing but every station is working on one bit only. Okay, or what we can say that there is overhead on one bit per station. मीन्स प्रत्येक वेळेस एका वेळेस एक बिट सेंड करायचा आणि नंतर मग नेक्स्ट टर्न पर्यंत वेट करायचा. सो दॅट इज द प्रॉब्लेम रिलेटेड विथ द bitmap protocol. So next, that will not working properly if the contention slot is too high or the stations are more. Then this bitmap protocol is not feasible. So next comes is the binary countdown protocol, whose working is depend upon the address of that protocol. Also, sorry, address of that station. Okay, so binary countdown protocol, it is working on address of the station. Okay, let's see how it working. So the station, those who want to use the channel or those who want to send the message or the frame, it broadcasts its address as a binary bit string starting with high order bit. So the station, ज्या स्टेशनला डेटा सेंड करायचा आहे किंवा फ्रेम सेंड करायचे, what it does, it just broadcast its address as binary bits to. Okay, so you can see here. Suppose four stations are there, and these want to use the channel, or they want to send the frame. So what they have done, they have broadcasted their addresses. So as a binary addresses. Okay. Now it is assumed that all the addresses are of same length. So you can see here every address is of same length, and the bits in each address position from different stations are Boolean or. Now how they are transmitting the frame, I'll tell you in short. Just see here what is there. So all these four stations are there, and they want to send the data, or they want to uh, use the communication link. So what they will do, they will broadcast their addresses. Broadcast करणार म्हणजे काय करणार की त्यांचा address public करणार, that they want to use the communication link. Once they have broadcasted their address, what is done is that first bit of every address is taken. So you can see here 0011 प्रत्येकाचा फर्स्ट बिट घेतला जातो, अँड दे आर बुलियन ऑर म्हणजे लॉजिकल ऑर ऑपरेशन याच्यावरती परफॉर्म केलं जातं. व्हॉट इज लॉजिकल ऑर ऑपरेशन? व्हॉट इज द रिझल्ट ऑफ लॉजिकल ऑर ऑपरेशन? कॅन एनीबडी टेल? येस, लॉजिकल ऑपरेशन ऑर काय असतं? इट इज देअर इन डीटी. 00 असेल तर काय असतं, 01 असेल तर काय असेल सांगा. 00चा रिझल्ट काय आहे? then 0 1, then 1 0 and 1 1. Tell me the result of this logical operation. Logical OR चं काय असणार आहे? Yes. What is the result of this? Yes, Shweta. Logical OR झालेलं आहे ना DT मध्ये? Yes, Om. Yes, what is the result of logical OR operation?
Yes, ma'am.
झाले ना DT मध्ये? Logical OR काय असतं? Don't know. Okay, what is the result of this? 00, it is 0. Then 01 1, then 10 1, and 1 1 1. So these are the results. Okay, 00 is the 0, and all other results are 1. Okay, now see here, the ह्याच्यावरती logical OR operation perform केलं जातं. Means what? 00 becomes 0, then 01 will become 1, and 1 will become 1. So it is 1. Right? Now, while performing this logical OR operation, every station observes this. प्रत्येक जण काय करतो? Observe करतो. And the station, while observing, these two stations understood that someone else with higher bit are already in race. Okay. Now, first station आहे 0010 and 0100. हे दोघं जण काय करतात की चेक करतात, आणि त्यांना काय कळते की so some other stations are already there with the higher number. बरोबर आहे ना? या दोघांना काय करतं, आपलं काय फर्स्ट बिट काय 0 आहे, आणि नेक्स्ट बिट आहे ते काय 1 आहे. सो these two will back off from the race. Means हे काय करतात, back off करतात. Now only two stations will be there to acquire the channel, or to get the access of the channel. Again the second, now first is over. Now second bit is what? Of their address 00. So operation or the OR operation is performed on this 00. So the output will be 0. Now here both are of same 00. So both will be again in the same computation. Again the third bit is taken into consideration 0 and 1. Okay, 0 and 1. Now station 1001, what it will observe that someone with the higher number is already there. So again this station will back off, and now only this station will be there to acquire the channel. So for this particular scenario, the channel will be acquired by this station. समझते हैं? Yes or no? Huh? Binary countdown protocol. समझ it is very simple. What it does, the station, send the uh, those who want to acquire the frame, what they will do, they will just broadcast their addresses in a binary format. So I'll give the number, station number 1, 2, 3 and 4. Suppose 4 stations are there. So what they will do, they will just broadcast their addresses. त्यांचा ॲड्रेस ते काय करणार, ब्रॉडकास्ट करते. नाउ वन्स एव्हरीवन broadcast their address, the next stage is what, their bits are considered and logical or operation is performed on that bit. Okay, so let's start. So first bit of every station is first taken into consideration, 0011. So or operation is what, this 00 will become 0, then result is what, here 0, then 01 will again result is what, 1, and 1 will be 1. Okay, so result is what, 1. But while performing this logical or operation, the station number 1 and 2 observes that someone with the higher number in their address is already there in the कॉम्पिटिशन. या दोघांना काय कळतं की ऍड्रेस मध्ये आपल्यापेक्षा जास्त हायर नंबरचा एक कोणतरी अजून आहे. ओके, सो these station number 1 and 2, they will boycott or they will just out of the communication computation. हे दोघं जण back off करते. Now station number 3 and 4 are there in competition. So same procedure is followed. Next bit is what, 00. So 00 is considered. So 00 will become 0 address. Now here both are of same level. So again the third bit will be considered, 0 and 1. So 01 will become 1. So address is 1. Now in this case station 3 will observe that here station 3 काय observe करेल कि already someone is there with the higher number. So station number 3 will again back off. Okay, and only one station will be there in communication. So फक्त station number 4 ला channel allocate केले for the communication. So whether there is any chance of collision, obviously no, because everything is predefined now, who will send on which criteria. So there is no chance of collision. Once the station number 4 finish its transmission, it release this communication link, and the same procedure will again follow in these three. ज्या स्टेशन नंबर 4 चं काम संपेल त्यावेळेस तो काय करेल, कम्युनिकेशन लिंक रिलीज करेल, राइट. सो नेक्स्ट काय होणार, स्टेशन नंबर 1, स्टेशन नंबर 2 and स्टेशन नंबर 3 मध्ये पुन्हा प्रोसेस चालू होईल, सेम प्रोसिजर. And one by one every station will get the channel for its communication, and obviously collision will not be there. Okay, it is very simple. समजलंय बायनरी काउंटडाउन प्रोटोकॉल? एनी डाउट?
नो मॅम.
एव्हरीवन बाकीचे समजलंय, काय डाउट आहे? No doubt. Okay, so we will stop here because strength is also very late. Let it be. We'll cover in next lecture, no doubt. So we will stop here. So those who are in lecture, please let me know whether everyone has